Hey, this is not part of the project. I just scribbled something for you to look at while I'm speaking. Two things before I start. So I promised one other video for 2022 and it's the January the 1st. I'm finished with that project. I made my very first motion comic and I'm making a video of it, planning to finish it like today/tomorrow. I know that's how all my week-long projects always start. I'll finish that in one day. And welcome back and Happy New Year if you haven't heard it from anyone yet. The second thing why this video exists, so I've been experimenting with my DIY standing table and I created the 2.0 version. And when I say standing table, it is really just one static table and I have a nightstand and a stool and a scaffolding. It might not be called that. Just a whole bunch of junk that is piled on top of this table, and my keyboard and tablet and my monitors are positioned in the right way for me. Actually, there are cables everywhere. There are people shouting outside my window. Really nice. And now I'm standing, so I'm not bound to a sitting table right now. And I wanted to create a really quick video just to see how this is going to work. And you're witnessing that right now. So what are we going to paint today? I decided that I'm going to paint a really quick landscape. I'm going to spend 20 to 30 minutes on one landscape that is just going to be a test recording, and then I'm going to see how this whole new format and how the new recording setup works. There's this really great website that I'm going to use called MapCrunch. I've seen this website in a video by Chala, who is a really great art YouTuber from Estonia. And how it works, if you are familiar with the game called GeoGuessr, that game is just spitting you out somewhere in the world into a Google Street View, and you have to find out where you are. And this is just like an exploration site that you can always just press go and it's going to transport you into a random location around the world. And there's like one location that is always static when you load this in. So there's this place in Prague that is like hand selected for each day. I don't know, maybe you can pay them so your business is going to be featured on this or something. But if I press go, it's going to yank me out somewhere in a random location on the world. You can select a bunch of random stuff here, and what I want to do is I want to select a random location and I just want to look around and I want to create an impressionistic landscape, like a really quick random experimental landscape, just for the sake of this video and just for some, fun. Let's see what we get. Let's press go. Okay, that's somewhere in Australia. Well, I was a little afraid of it. Obviously I'll look through a few of these and find something interesting, like somewhere around in the middle of the nowhere. Go. Oh, that's more promising. Where are we? We are in Estonia, just inside Estonia. Nice. Actually, this should be an homage to Chala, that I paint a landscape from his home country. I think I like this building. I want to really quickly scribble like this scaffolding and the open side of the building with this whole bunch of trees and with this road. And look, there is a little building there in the distance. Maybe we can even add that for like a little visual gem. Obviously we can walk around here so you can look at the same things from different angles. You know what, I am going to give myself 25 minutes and we will see how it goes. And I just want to scribble a really quick landscape, and yeah, that's it. Let's go. Let's start. Okay, first of all, I want to create like a little path here. I'm going to just eyeball everything. I don't want to go into like really perspective drawing exercises. Actually, this website MapCrunch is really good for that. You can actually even choose if you want to see only urban environments. And obviously don't use it for like commission work or something, because that's like a little bit of shady stuff. But if you just want to do personal stuff, or I don't know, you want to practice, then it's a great resource for you. It's just going to spit you out at a random location and you can look around and find what you find interesting. Also, I forgot to mention that you can see the location here, and if I zoomed in the map, then you can also see where it is. So if you happen to know where this location is and you want to like go there in real life, please don't harass the people, or at least that's what my lawyer said. He's been asking for much higher wages lately because of my shenanigans. Oh no, wait, what did I just say? No, nothing. So just don't harass anyone. I forbid you from doing that. Yes, at this point I was still under the impression that this picture is going to be finished in that 30 minutes at maximum. Well, you will see how that went. I would say that the biggest issue that I had at this point is I simply had no idea what I was going to do. I just started scribbling. I was just drifting around and I just splattered colors. I was expecting to make it work somehow, but obviously it didn't go that smoothly. Okay, let's stop this timer and see what we have so far. So it went in a really different direction than I expected. Obviously I chose a little bit more complicated subject matter, and I made actually two really big mistakes. One is that I didn't plan anything, and it should have been much easier if I just made a little bit more refined sketch, especially for the house, because it's just not even there at the moment. The whole balance of the picture is just all around the place. What I want to do is I want to give myself another half an hour to properly patch up this picture. One issue is that I've been having a pretty serious performance drop right now, and I'm not sure what is causing that, so I will try to figure it out. So let me go on like a 2-minute long break and I will continue. I stopped to create a few little notes for myself. First of all, I went into grayscale, and this is something that you can always do. Put your picture in grayscale and scribble over it what you want to achieve. There is really no direction. It's like bright spot here, there's another one there, this place is just blank. What I did is there should be a really clear source of light that is going to gradually light up this whole path. This part of the picture is going to stay in darkness because this is like a detour, and this part of the picture is like the destination where there's this other little cottage that is a pleasant thing, and that's going to be your goal. I don't know, I just came up with it right now. I want this part to be really shiny, like I want this rooftop to really shine and draw the attention of the viewer. I will most likely scrap this whole scaffolding from the original picture. I just want a clean wall for this little building. This is just simple grass that is going to end there and here, and then will come the bushes and the trees. Also, I want a bigger tree here maybe that is going to really show you why this area is really dark, because you are going in between the trees. And also for this part of the picture we just need a bunch of texture. So what I wanted to do with this picture is just scribble something viewable in like a few minutes, but I really didn't think it through, and I just want to turn this into some pretty landscape. Also, remember when I said impressionistic? Scrap that. I suppose. Also, I'm going to put down my microphone because it's like distracting me. Let's continue. Okay, I have to admit that with the second round, what I was doing is I was trying to polish out this really flat picture. I would say that it could have been done better the way I started it. I just really put no effort into thinking through really what I wanted to do with this picture. It's just color spots that resemble a road with some trees and some worn up building, but you have no idea what it is. It didn't go really well because I had no idea what I wanted this to turn into. Good old story. I'm also not really used to working with a camera pointed at my face, so it was just a distracting thing all the way through, and it really dropped my performance, to be honest. I feel that I'm talking really badly about myself in this video. I mean, it was like a fun project, and it was a nice thing to see this little landscape turn into something, even if it didn't end up being the thing I wanted. And I hope that it's going to turn into a fun video. I don't know, I'm just trying to edit it, and I'm just talking into a microphone, trying to squish out some listenable voiceover to this part because it was 2 minutes of silence or something. So we will see. I'm trying to not let this video be really bloated because it started out with the idea that I'm going to make like a 5-minute long video or something, and I was really misunderstanding my own idea. That was a really nice English sentence. I suppose it is what it turned into, and happy little accidents, am I right? Okay, it seems like the recording is still going on, so it didn't crash, it didn't stop, it captured everything. Phew. Well, this is it. I went 2 minutes over time, and after just simply painting over the original one is this layer with a few color dodge effects, just to bring out the brighter parts of the picture a little bit and eliminate some of this really dark. Also, towards the end, I just used this smudge tool to add a little bit more texture to this part. It is obviously something that could be done much greater with, like, you know, splattering some colors in here and then using it to create a little bit more texture. You know, you can do it in the opposite direction, that you put a darker spot here, you smudge it in here. You know, this is something that could really punch this part of the image if it was done correctly. So yes, I thought that it was going to be like a 25-minute long recording, and I've been recording for 1 hour and 35 minutes, and that's it. That was my really basic but honest attempt in creating this little landscape. I'm seriously considering that I should make a part 2 of this picture. No, I'm not going to do that. Yes, I'm going to. No, I'm not. Nyeh. After doing the recording, I decided to go back and just fix up this picture, maybe salvage the usable parts and turn it into something much better. The biggest thing is that I eliminated the giant black spot from the left side of the canvas, and I extended the view to the field. I don't know, I just went with a really wholesome feel-good look for this picture. Then I later brought back that barn, but I made it a little smaller and a little bit differently colored, and I also chopped off a significant portion of the original picture. It just didn't work really well, and I felt that this rather square-shaped little composition was looking much nicer than my original idea. And that's it. Far from perfect, but a much more pleasant picture in the end, I would say. That's my final version of this landscape. Here you can see the original scene. Oh, I could have even added these things. That thing actually looks nice, and it's not even a tree stump. I'm not sure what that is. I wanted to thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, do some art, even if the result is just some questionably skilled landscape that nobody is really going to like. All I see are flaws. And most importantly, have fun while doing that, especially if that's the case, and farewell.